The biggest news this week in the world of soccer is the return of the UEFA Champions League, the biggest soccer league outside of the FIFA World Cup. And on Limitless Soccer, you can be sure we have you covered all season long. Welcome to Limitless Soccer. My name is Bayonle Arashi. We have all the highlights of game day one in the UEFA Champions League, and as well as the top highlights of last week's Premier League, and of course the Spanish La Liga and German Bundesliga. I'll be back after this short break to start the show proper. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The biggest result last weekend in the English Premier League, of course, was that particular match between Manchester City and Liverpool. But the game did not live up to expectation for that crazy red card in that game. Of course, it was not an intentional foul by Sadio Mane on the Manchester City goalkeeper header, but of course it was a very serious foul play, and of course he earned himself a red card in that game, and of course that actually destroyed Liverpool in that game. Manchester City went on to trash them 5-0 in that game. We have the highlight of that particular game, and of course the champions, English Premier League, of course champions, Chelsea victory over the previous season champion Leicester City. Enjoy all the highlights and I'll be back. Welcome back. As promised in the opening of the show this week, that we're going to bring you all the highlights of this week's UEFA Champions League game day one. And of course, games were played on Tuesday and on Wednesday. On Tuesday, Chelsea, of course, returning to the Champions League after one season of not playing in that very prestigious league, returned to the Champions League. But one big name is missing this season, that is Arsenal. But of course, that's what this game is all about, and that's why we love it. But Manchester United was also back in the Champions League, coming in as the winner of the UEFA Europa League. Of course, in that one, they were all in action on Tuesday, and of course, we bring you all the Tuesday highlights, and I'll be back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those highlights. Of course, we come back home fully to our own Major League Soccer. The Houston Dynamo season has been very inconsistent, as they've been having mixed results in the Major League Soccer, of course, and especially in the Western Conference, going from the first position just a few weeks ago to 5th right now in that particular Major League Soccer in the Western Conference. Of course, they lost shockingly to Colorado Rapids last weekend by 1-0, and that goal did not come until the 91st minute of that game. Actually, it was the extra time of that game, and now really struggling Houston Dynamo side needs to find their form again and finish the season really strong. We have the highlights of Colorado Rapids versus Houston Dynamo in our Major League Soccer highlight segment on Limitless Soccer. Enjoy it. Welcome back. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far on this beautiful Saturday, and the weather looks really good today in Houston. Of course, as we round off the show today on Limitless Soccer, we're calling for you to bring your products and services on this show. Come showcase your product and services, and of course, you will definitely be glad you did. As we round off, we're going to be rounding off with the Wednesday game in the UEFA Champions League. Champions Real Madrid was in action on Wednesday, and of course, Liverpool was also in action. So we have the highlights of those games for you, the Wednesday games in the Champions League, and that's how we're going to end the show this week. My name is Bayonle Arashi. Special thanks to the production crew of this show, and of course, I'll come back next week on the show, God willing. My name is Bayonle Arashi. Stay fit, and of course, God bless you all. Bye bye now.